talking fast-paced action. I'm talking lights, camera, action. You better be about that action, cause ain't no need for no act. Talking hit so hard they breaking backs. Yeah. I ain't with all the chitter chatter, only talking facts. Yeah. It's the NAL, we be playing indoors, no outdoors, and it ain't on the ground. It's the NAL, it's the NAL, it's the NAL, it's the NAL. Ooh!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Inside the Walls podcast. I am Jim Renee. Week 4 is in the books. It's done. We had an interesting matchup in Southwest. We had a pivotal first-place battle in Pueblo. We had a showdown in Salina, and we had a introduction of sorts in Amarillo with the Louisiana Rubaroo. Before we get to all the topics and our interview today with quarterback Taz Wilson of the Rubaroo, we have to thank our sponsors. Black Rifle Coffee, First Forum Energy, Hard AF Seltzer, MyBookie, and SNHU. When we talk about last week's performance, ladies and gentlemen, there's few things that stood out. What are the statements that were made? Interesting statements league-wide, and also started with the first one on the docket. It was the first one to kick off, and that was in Southwest Kansas, where the Southwest Kansas Storm get the W over the Omaha Beef. And Omaha struck around a little bit. James Summers was doing his thing, throwing 3 touchdown passes to Dudley, but it wasn't enough as Southwest held off the Omaha Beef to go to 2-0 on the season, and Omaha falls to 0-3 on the year. Then we head to Amarillo, where Taz Wilson and the Louisiana Rubaroo offensively exploded on the Warbirds 42-23 in Amarillo. Then we had the 2 big matchups in Salina and in Pueblo. But first, let's go to Salina. Salina held off a slight comeback by the Colorado Spartans 48-42. And we had some interesting things, including a 50-yard field goal. I know that might be trending on a top 5 here pretty soon, but the rarity of that in the game is special. Big time kick. Salina still holds off Colorado 48-42 in that matchup. In the game of the week last week, the game day, Pueblo and Sioux City was a showdown of showdowns. It came down to the very end. It came to a turnover and downs late in the game where the Pueblo Punishers held off the Sioux City Bandits 39-34. What a week 4. Here are the standings in the NAL right now. Look at the top bracket there, ladies and gentlemen. Pueblo 4-0. Interesting members throughout the way. I know it's early in the season, but you can say statistics. You can say anything you want about the NAL and historical references. There has to be something that we got to talk about here. We see it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the 2 teams at the bottom of the standings, 0-2 Dallas and 0-3 Omaha. Statistics do not favor them right now, but a lot can change. Just look at Louisiana last weekend, the win over Amarillo. They get the 1-2, and it pops them right there at number 6 in the standings, where, again, if you're looking at the standings, ladies and gentlemen, that number 6 number is where you want to look at the top 6. Advance into the postseason. So there's a lot of football left to be played, I know, but some interesting storylines to follow, especially coming into week 5. And speaking of week 5, here are the games for week 5 in the National Arena League.
I'm talking fast-paced action. I'm talking lights, camera, action. You better be about that action, cause ain't no need for no act. Talking hit so hard they breaking backs. Yeah, I ain't with all the chitter chatter, only talking facts. Yeah, it's the NAL.
And of course, everyone wants to ask, where's game day? What's the thing game? Well, the game day is following Scripps Sports Network. Scripps Sports Network is going to be live broadcasting Salina and Pueblo, a battle between first place, battle between undefeateds and Salina. It's going to be an interesting matchup, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time this Saturday, April 4th in week 5 action. Other games of note that weekend. Kind of rare how we do not talk about the I-29 rivalry as much as this week, and we got to have a look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Come up on game day, we will mention that matchup in more in detail between Sioux City and Omaha. And we can't overlook the other matchup in Southwest. Southwest Kansas takes on the Colorado Spartans. A pure battle there. Does Southwest keep up with either winner or Pueblo or Salina, or does Colorado put their name in the fold and get this standings more intriguing. And of course, out in Dallas, the Dallas Bulls look to get their first win over the Amarillo Warbirds as Amarillo looks to have one more week under quarterback Blaine Espinoza and try to get their chance to get a win out in Dallas for Week 5 action. But before we talk about Week 5 and look in depth at that, including our interview this past week, let's see this week's top 5 plays of the week.
I'm talking fast-paced action. I'm talking lights, camera, action. You better be about that action, cause ain't no need for no act. Talking hit so hard,
man, wide open,
yeah.
and that
I ain't with
is
all
gonna
the
be
chitter
real
chatter,
easy.
only
That's a
talking facts.
45-yarder.
It's the
That
NAL,
is
we be
good.
playing indoors, no outdoors, and it ain't on the ground. It's the NAL, it's the NAL, it's the NAL, it's the NAL.
Out of that shotgun, low snap, throws, going deep. Got a man, it's a touchdown, just like that. They quadruple again.
There's the kick. Able to field it there cleanly in the end zone. He comes out 5-15. Got some blockers, got room, got to beat the kicker, and he's going to go all the 10, 5, touchdown.
The NAL is here. It's all in here. It's
Up at the
all
far side of
in
your
here.
screen.
Ain't no
He caught 2 touchdowns earlier. Now it's Lewandowski. Boy, slips out, Fox trips it to the back of the end zone. It's a touchdown for the Liberty. Unbelievable.
I got that beat. I'm talking beef.
This would be about a 50-yarder almost blocked. It's got the distance. It's good.
The NAL is here.
You think of top plays, no one expects a kicker to be number 1. But in the NAL, we do, because a 50-yard kick is impressive. And of course, again, Roach had more than just a 50-yard kick. He had some impressive kicks throughout the game. But hey, congratulations on being the number 1 play of the week. But speaking about one of the plays, well, one of the plays was Taz Wilson, especially number 5, a 45-yard bomb to Larry Moat. We had the opportunity to sit down with Taz Wilson to discuss his time in Louisiana and other things, including his travels in the indoor game, cuisine, and also myself butchering another name, again, especially the name of Louisiana, Loup and the city of Borgia Shreveport. After this commercial break, we'll have our interview with Taz Wilson.
We are gold for energy. Send it.
Incoming.
Put the money in the bag, man.
As I said, your paycheck is your thank you.
What's going on back there? This is awesome! Welcome to Earth! No. Who's flying the plane? Get cockpit. Go. God.
Black Rifle Energy, dropping near you.
It's about pushing through pain. This is what separates the strong from the weak. Because no one else is going to do it for you.
Cut! Cut! Cut!
You can't lift that. I haven't had my pre-workout yet.
I could do that. Sure.
That guy's a beast.
I earned my degree online from Southern New Hampshire University. SNHU ended up being more cost effective than the state university that I originally started out at. The online format actually worked better for me, and I enjoyed what I was doing. What's really important is having a degree that really sets you up for the real world while allowing you to still live your life. The right time is right now. Take the next step in your future.
Louisiana fans, now we got QB1 with us today,
Yes, sir.
other than Taz Wilson. Taz, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Jim.
First off, I know people in Louisiana may not know this. You're quite a journeyman in the industry. You've been around a couple of organizations. You
Yes,
bounced
sir.
around from the IFL to the NAL and other leagues. Now you found your landing spot in Louisiana. How's the journey been so far to this point?
Man, so far, I can't lie, man. Arena football has been a blessing for me. It's changed my life. I own a gym now, and I always say I don't think without arena football, I don't think I put myself in that position, to build myself up outside of what I do in football, to do this. So, man, I love every bit of it. It's taken me to different parts of this country. You see, I've met my girlfriend while playing arena football. Got the kiddos in the background you hear, but no, it's definitely been a blessing.
A blessing in disguise sometimes, as they could say. But I know your journey. You've gone from multiple teams: Sioux Falls, Omaha. There's a couple other splattered among there, and now in Louisiana. You were thrown into a situation in Louisiana, like right off the bat, and you could tell the first game against the first game against West Texas, or not West, dang, so many teams. Southwest Kansas. There I go, Jim. There we go. Let's celebrate for me. It felt like the offense was stagnant a lot of times because you were learning the offense, but in the second half, you could tell that both teams are going back and forth.
Yeah.
And then this week in Amarillo, Western Texas, that's where I was getting the West Texas part. The offense exploded, and it exploded right off the bat. So basically, it was like a week into the system, and everything's clicking. How did that go from the Southwest game until Amarillo?
Part of it is when you are a veteran quarterback, you start to bring a wealth of knowledge with you a little bit. You bring in some different terminologies, you bring in some different plays, especially having that IFL experience. I've been blessed to play for some great coaches, Curtis Riggs, Reggie Gray. I played with Coach Kaiser, Mike Tatum, Coach Miller that was in Bismarck. I've got to play for some really good offensive minds. So, coming in on a short week, it was really tough to kind of get everything in and get, figure out what they run in Louisiana already, what's missing kind of thing. So it was definitely a work in progress. But like you see this week, man, just having a week of comfort to be able to get everything in that we want. There was even one part during that game where we all said as an offense, we're not going to run everything that we got put into the game plan. Just because, we started to see ourselves pulling away, and it was like, all right, there's no need to pull some of these things out. Let's just keep doing what we do. Let's establish that Rougarou offensive identity, and let's just go in and attack from there.
Well, one thing I've noticed about the offense, especially last week against Amarillo, I felt like the first week when you joined, you weren't throwing the ball deep, and when you did, it seemed like you didn't have any, correlation with your receivers.
Yeah.
It didn't miss a beat. Like, literally, I think it was the third play of the game. It was a 45-yard bomb. It felt like it was bam, and right then and there, you guys went off. You got ahead of Amarillo quickly. They kind of made a little comeback, but you pulled away with the offense. Was that just being more involved with practices in the team that the tendencies of the players around you?
Yeah, and everybody says this, especially experienced guys. When you come into arena football, you can't attack it the way you think about the outdoor game. So, there are just some routes that have that arena niche to it. Like a post route, if I'm an outside receiver on the outdoor game running a post, I'm going to try to get that outside release stack on top. In the indoor game, you got to get inside, you got to get vertical, you got to cross the space kind of thing. So just having time to really get on the same page about those things, because, that's one thing I feel like in my game. If people follow me over the years, I'm a deep ball guy. Having that ability to be able to put the ball in the end zone, whether I'm on the 1 yard line, the 5 yard line, whatever it is, just being able to stretch a defense. To open it up for my running back and the other factors in my offense. So definitely had some time to put that stuff in, and we felt so comfortable. My coach asked me going into the game, how you feel? I said, we've had a chance to talk about the game plan and put it in. I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable that the other 7 guys out there with me, they know exactly, what we're expecting for each play kind of thing.
Oh, again, I'm not going to ask you to go into the details about the game plan against Amarillo. We can tell the fans to go rewatch the game. You can see what the game plan was.
Yeah.
But in previous weeks, it felt like the offense it seemed like the offense never really changed. It just needed a guy in the backfield that knew how to put guys in the right position to execute. Because I've seen a couple of videos that Louisiana has posted throughout social media over the last couple of weeks of you in the huddle with team practices, telling everybody, "Hey, we're gonna make mistakes. It's the nature of the beast. You just got to learn how to just get rid of it and move forward." It feels like the team actually came together with you in it, especially with your history and pedigree in the industry. You've been, again, behind a lot of coaches who are known for putting up a lot of points. You got a week off, and then you're home against Dallas next. A team in Dallas that has shown over the last couple of weeks that the defense is kind of leaky. They've given up some big crooked numbers against Pueblo and Colorado. What do you think about the upcoming game? How you as a player and your teammates are looking forward to the next week's game against the Bulls?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody watched what we did this past week, you could see we're developing an identity of smash mouth football. You know what I mean? We can stretch you over the top. We can run the ball with D2 very well. And I got to say, I told D2 this, man, I'm excited because for so many years I've been on the other side of playing against him. And I was like, it's kind of cool now to have you be on the same side. You know what I mean? I don't have to watch you run through my guys. Now I get to watch you run through other guys. So just smash mouth football. You know, Dallas better come in, be ready to play a tough game. I think that's one thing as we develop our identity, we're becoming a team of fighters. Like no matter what, you know, we're going to fight to the end. So you just got to be ready for a dogfight no matter what.
And again, the fans, you know, people behind the scenes, you know, all the chatter. They talk about Louisiana and Amarillo, that it was a battle of teams looking for their first win. And you could talk about, well, the statistics show one thing compared to the other, how an 0-3 start compared to a 1-2 start. I know it's way early there, Taz, to talk about it. The playoffs started today. Louisiana's in. Just saying.
Listen, and in the next few weeks, it's going to show you Louisiana is going to for surely be in. You know, when the cookie starts to crumble over the next few weeks, for sure.
Okay, you're doing cookies kind of crumble. Don't get into food talk in Louisiana. I'm just saying. Last time we did a Louisiana show, we had people posting recipes in the chat. I'm just.
I had a catfish poi boy last week, man. Oh my gosh. oh my gosh.
Don't make me put that gif in. Oh my.
oh my God.
That'll be. Might get flagged for that. But the one thing I know about Louisiana down the bayou is they know their cooking and they know their seasonings. And depending on where restaurant you go, you'll get two different type of heartburns because that's how good the cooking is down there. Yes. So don't say cookie crumbles because last time we had the coaching staff last time on about Louisiana, and the whole chat is just recipes at crawfish recipe, catfish. I had to delete them. I'm like, this is.
I need to go back and watch that episode. You telling me? I need to go back and see.
It was in the preseason, and we're talking about it was like po' boys, and we were talking about donuts. And it was like just all overall cuisine of Louisiana. But speaking about Louisiana, I know Bossier is north, and I know I mispronounced it because someone's going to mention it in the chat later tonight. You mispronounced it there. I know. Okay. It's like, you know, I'm not from Louisiana, but you know.
Hey, so I'm gonna help you out to save yourself next time. Just call it the great city of Bossier.
Bossier, okay, great.
You put that great city. You gotta put the great city of Bossier in there.
But overall, how's your experience been so far with the organization and the community up there?
Hey, honestly, man, and for me, for a guy that's played as many places as I have played, you guys can hear my 14-month-old in here. You know, I think it's a great community. We have an excellent workout facility. We work out at a D1 sports training facility. The community, I think one thing I love when I first got there, it was that short week. Within 4 or 5 days, you know, I was on the news doing different things and speaking to different people in the community. Went and spoke to the Cato Commission, just about things about the initiatives of what this team is trying to do in the community. I think Shreveport-Bossier is a great community for an arena football team. Like you said, the food's great. The atmosphere is great. And, I mean, that is down south, man. People love football. You know, the nearest football you're going to – you know what I mean? Exactly. The nearest football you're going to get is in New Orleans. You know, to bring professional football right there to the Shreveport-Bossier area, I think it's a great opportunity. And, you know, I think they want to win. So it's our job, you know, week in and week out to devote ourselves to doing what it takes to bring these victories home.
But speaking about your career and history, again, we can see you're at your business of location surrounded by family members.
Yep.
So it's usually a question asked a lot of players and coaches during the journey that is a indoor season, how a lot of leagues and seasons, there's multiple bye weeks. What
Mhm.
is a Taz Wilson bye week consist of?
Man, so here, Taz Wilson bye week right now. I'm sitting at my gym. I currently live in North Sioux City, South Dakota. I own a gym here. So the beautiful part is I get to come back and train some of my great athletes. I get to work out in my facility as well to keep myself ready to go. But like this is who I am outside of ball, man. I'm always around sports. I'm always around the game. I love to teach the game. I love to play the game. I think I tell my kids all the time at my gym, sports is a game of life. Like without football, I don't think I'm in this position to be able to train these kids and own a gym. So, that's what my bye week consists of. Is actually, as soon as I'm done tonight, I'm hopping in the sauna, getting myself about an hour and a half workout in. The work still's got to be done on the bye week. Still got to be done.
Well, we've already talked about one of my questions was you've been in so many areas and so many parts of the country. Who has the best cuisine? I think we've already answered that question.
Yeah. Hey, I'm originally from Atlanta, so I'm a down south boy at heart. Man, I fell in love when I got down near Shreveport, man, Bossier area. It's the food is just as good as what you hear about, man. It's twice as good. It's amazing. So definitely loving the food down there in Bossier.
Last question. The season is you have 7 more games in the regular season. Again, the first home game, no, not first, is your third home game coming up against Dallas. The remaining of the season, you have Dallas coming up 3 times in the remaining of the year schedule. You also have a couple matchups against some quality opponents. What's the message to the organization, to the community, and to your teammates for the remaining of the season as you quest for a championship?
Hey, just if you guys watched my press conference when I came, man, it takes a village. I need everybody to do their part. If that means I need your butts in the seats at the home games, come out. Let's fill up the arena. Whether that's the chain crew, I need you locked in, the clock operator. Everybody has to lock in and do their job. I guarantee you, the players, the coaches, everybody that works directly with the football team, we're locked in on bringing you guys a victory. I just need the community. I need everybody to do their part. Hey, and watch what happens. Watch what happens.
Taz, I appreciate you joining and the family that's surrounding you right now. So enjoy your bye week, get healthy, and look forward to seeing you on the field next week.
Yes, sir. Go Roo, go Roo.
I'm talking fast-paced action. I'm talking lights, camera, action. You better be about that action, cause ain't no need for no act. Talking hits so hard they breaking backs. Yeah, I ain't with all the chitter chatter, only talking facts. Yeah, it's the NAL, we be playing indoors, no outdoors, and it ain't on the ground. It's the NAL, it's the NAL, it's the NAL, it's the NAL. Ooh! I said the NAL, the NAL, the NAL.
I'd like to thank Taz for joining the show. A little insights of what it is to be an indoor football quarterback, especially during the bye week. You have your family around, and you got to have your family in business situations. It's the nature of the business, it's the nature of the life. But speaking of Taz, I really appreciate it. And if Louisiana can stay healthy and him get involved in the offense more, you could tell based on over the last couple of games how the offense is starting to open up for Louisiana. So Louisiana, be prepared. I think you guys could be making a run, especially with Taz Wilson as your quarterback. But speaking of Week 5 action, again, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Week 5 action, ladies and gentlemen, remember NAL Game Day kicks off this Saturday at a different time, but it'll be live streamed at 3 o'clock Central Time. NAL Game Day featuring Salina and Pueblo. Yes, the game that will be aired live on Scripps this Saturday at 6:30 Central Time. Punishers and Liberty. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that has been another edition of Inside the Walls podcast. I am Jim Renee. Hopefully, you all enjoyed your evening. Hopefully, you're getting ready for a Week 5 action. And also, if you don't get a chance to see game day, I wish everyone a happy Easter. If you're traveling this weekend to visit family and friends, be safe on your journeys. And also to the people who are attending games, be safe. We need you at the games. Get there safely and have a good time at NAL games. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, we can't do none of this without our sponsors. Black Rifle Coffee, First Form Energy, Hard AF Seltzer, MyBookie, and SNHU. And also, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch all of this and more officially on the NAL Network. Remember, NALnetwork.com, NAL-network.com to get everything from highlights, podcasts, coaches shows, and much, much more. NAL-network.com. I am Jim Renier. This has been another episode of Inside the Wall. So hopefully everyone enjoys your weekend and the rest of the week. Be safe, be well. We'll see you Saturday at 3 o'clock Central Time for some NAL game day as we break down some action, especially in Salina and, of course, the I-29 rivalry. We have to talk about that rivalry as it's the longest tenured rivalry in the indoor game. I am Jim Renier. This is Inside the Walls podcast, and we'll see you guys for another edition next Wednesday.
I'm talking fast-paced action. I'm talking lights, camera, action. You better be about that action, cause ain't no need for no act. Talking hit so hard they breaking backs. Yeah, I ain't with all the chitter-chatter, only talking facts. Yeah, it's the NAL, we be playing indoors, no outdoors, and it ain't on the ground. It's the NAL, it's the NAL, it's the NAL, it's the NAL. Ooh.